What's up, fam? This is Chief X, the God best reincarnated. And first off, let me start off with this. The Nation of Islam is what jump-started me on my journey. Not per se the Nation of Islam, but the book, The Autobiography of Malcolm X. When I read that book while I was in an institution, that book changed my life. I credit the spirit of Malcolm X that changed my life and got me on the right direction. Okay? So let me start off and also say this. I give respect to the Nation of Islam for their social political activity in the black community. They done some good work. Social and politically. Now their theology, I totally disagree with. Okay? And me being a truth seeker, I will tell the truth all day and any time I feel like it without fear of any retribution. Okay? So, I make a post about the history of Master FARD Muhammad. This Peckerwood, white boy named Master FARD Muhammad. Okay? I didn't speak bad about the Nation of Islam per se, or Elijah Muhammad per se. But I did say Elijah Muhammad lied about FARD Muhammad and the history of FARD Muhammad and things supposedly FARD Muhammad said. Being that there is not one videotape or audio tape of Master FARD Muhammad talking. There's just not any. So no one can verify anything FARD Muhammad supposedly had said. Everything that FARD Muhammad supposedly had said, in general, Elijah Muhammad tells that story. Elijah Muhammad is a flesh and blood man who errs like any other man on the planet that came out the womb of a woman. Fact. No one's perfect. Now, I can understand if a brother says, you know what, this man is my teacher and he taught me a lot, but he's not perfect. Okay? He may say 10 things, I agree with 9 of them, but one thing I just don't agree with. That's having some integrity and being real. Okay? But when you sit here and make claims that every single thing, hold on family, that every single thing that come out this man's mouth is right and exact and on point, you bullshitting. Okay? You don't believe it, and no other sane human being believes that. Okay? So, after this post, and I went in on Master FARD Muhammad, being a white man, being in prison, being a convict, bootlegging liquor, selling drugs to undercover cops, and doing those things, and this is on the record, these Nation of Islam brothers get very upset. Okay? To the point where they're threatening my life and livelihood. Okay? Now, out of all the movements and groups of people, the Nation of Islam is the group that I touch the least on their ideology. I go in on Moore's ideology hard. I go on the Hebrew Israelites' ideology hard. I go in on the N.O.I. And I don't really always hit on the Nation of Islam ideology and history Because as a camp I kind of came out of. Never got suited and booted, but I was in the mosque all the time. I was in study groups all the time. I was down. I got just about all kind of, I got a library of videotapes of Minister Farrakhan talking. Because that's where I was at in my young stage as a youngster. Okay? Coming out of Christianity. So I give them honor for jumpstarting and being the flashpoint for my evolution into consciousness. But as I grow and evolve and get older, I earn the right to critique certain ideologies that I think are false and to teach the truth. I'm a free man and I can do that. Okay? So, as I tap into some of the falsehoods that are taught, brothers get pissed off. Brothers in the Nation of Islam get pissed off. They don't get pissed off when I jump in Christianity's ass. They don't get pissed off when I jump in the Moors' ass. They don't get pissed off if I jump into the Hebrew Israelites ideology. But as soon as I touch on their shit, they get pissed off. Now, none of those groups I mentioned has ever, as hard as I go in on them, made death threats and made comments that they was coming to get me and I better shut my mouth and keep certain people's name out my mouth. The only group that has done that is the Nation of Islam. They have a history of threatening people who disagree or debunk or expose bullshit in their ideology. They have a long history of that, and they do it to this day. Okay? That's a fact. People know this. So, I sit back and say, wait a minute. These are supposed to be civilized brothers. Then I come to realize, wait a minute. A lot of these idiots come up out of prison and it's thug mentality. So since they get shaved and cleaned up and put on a bow tie and look clean and sharp and got a suit on and nice shoes and things, they may not have the appearance of a thug. But in their heart and soul, some of these motherfuckers is thug gangsters with no tact and class. They'll sit up in the mosque with tact and class. Outside of that, it's another story. Okay? So, these brothers are the only ones who's ever made some threats to do bodily harm to me. Okay? And I'm not scared. My name is on my profile. My city is on my profile. You motherfuckers ain't gonna do shit but pop off with the mouth. First of all, a lot of these pea-brains don't have the goddamn sense enough not to make a threat on a public social media site. Okay? A real motherfucker who out to get you ain't gonna be talking on no social media site about coming to get you. He's gonna come get you. So I know there's a bunch of pea-brain, nincompoop, ingrate ass niggas. Okay? So they threaten me to do bodily harm. Telling me I better keep certain people's name out my mouth or else. Okay? Because basically they can't take the motherfucking heat when you throw the facts in their face. All the information on Master FARD Muhammad, who's not a master at all, and never came teaching anything that was unknown to the general public before. Nothing new he came with. Nothing. He came with a new theology. And most of that was stuff Elijah Muhammad came with, not FARD. Okay? So it's nothing new he came with. And everything on FBI files about this man is right and exact and correct. One thing about the FBI, whatever the FBI put on record is a fact and true and correct. Now the FBI and COINTELPRO, their tactics is evil and wrong and illegal and foul. The way they go about getting information is foul and wrong, disrespectful, unrighteous, or whatever you want to call it. It's totally evil. The way they navigate and go about getting information and spreading dirt on people. Okay? Their job is to character assassinate. But they character assassinate by bringing up a person's historical dirt that they've done. And they put it on the record. What they put on the record is actually a fact. The way they go about it is wrong and foul. The way they went at Martin Luther King is wrong and foul. But whatever they put on the record about King was actually a fact. They put on the record Martin Luther King was a womanizer and had different women he was sleeping with. That was true. Doesn't make him a bad man or no good man. It's just things that he done in his life. But shit they put on the record is true because they can't do anything other than that. So whatever they put on the record, they have to back up. Okay? So everything on the record in the FBI files about Master FARD Muhammad, a.k.a. Wallace FARD Muhammad, a.k.a. Wallace Ford Muhammad, Wally Dodd Ford, all those aliases he did use is true and correct. He did get arrested. Okay? They have no reason to lie about that. They're not trying to shut the N.O.I. down. They're character assassinating. If they was trying to shut the N.O.I. down, trust me, the N.O.I. would be shut down. They're not. They allow them to operate. Okay? So, let's make that clear. Whatever's on the FBI files, on the record, about FARD Muhammad is true, right, and exact. They pulled up his job applications that he had. Master FARD Muhammad himself, in the 1920 census, claimed his race to be white. He's a white man. He's a pale man. He's a peckerwood. And they claim the white man is the devil. Your savior, the Mahdi, is a white boy. He claimed on a job application, it's on the record, that he was Spanish. Not once did he claim that he was black or African. Not once did he claim that he was half black and half white or mulatto. Elijah said he was a mulatto and black and white mixed. FARD never said that. That's a lie. He's not mixed. He's not white and black. Elijah Muhammad, the officials of the Nation of Islam would like you to believe that because your black ass is black. To give you some kind of connection to identify with the Mahdi or the savior of the Nation of Islam. Hold on, you know what the Mahdi is? 1 second. Bear with me, fam. The Mahdi. In Islamic eschatology, the Mahdi is the prophesied redeemer of Islam who will rule for 7, 9, or 19 years, according to differing interpretations, before the day of judgment. This peckerwood here wasn't even here for the least amount, 7 years. He was here for 3 years. He didn't make the cut as the Mahdi. He didn't. He didn't do 9 or 19 years before the day of judgment. That's what the Mahdi is supposed to do. Ain't a day of judgment yet. The rapture ain't caught nobody up yet. Since 1933. Anybody family member get caught up in the rapture yet? The day of judgment come yet? Life is still continuing on like it's been continuing on for billions of years. And it will continue on for another billion plus years. Ain't no goddamn rapture. Ain't nobody coming back to save no goddamn body. You gonna save yourself. He was not the savior of mankind. What else does it say about the Mahdi? According to Islamic tradition, the Mahdi's tenure will coincide with the second coming of Jesus. Jesus' motherfucking Jew-bearded ass ain't came yet. 1930, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 2000, 2010. Goddamn, damn near 90 years in the day of judgment of rapture ain't here yet. Lying ass motherfuckers. Are you serious? Did somebody error? Is the fucking mathematics off or what? You goddamn right the mathematics is off. You goddamn right somebody's lying. FARD ain't got no black in him whatsoever. He's from India. So all I ask, disprove some of this shit I'm saying. What the fuck you getting mad at making death threats for? These motherfuckers is butthurt. You know? And, one more thing. So they make death threats. And, on me. On many others in the past. Whoop motherfuckers' ass. You know. Beatings then went down. But guess what? These motherfuckers ain't touched Zimmerman. Got a standing army. And what the fuck the army done? Did they exact revenge for Zimmerman case? Any of these black young brothers that died in the hood, police killed, has they got revenge and touched one white boy since 1930? Keep it real. Tell the truth. Not one FBI agent, not one politician, not one white boy who they say is the devil has been touched by the fruit of Islam standing army. What the fuck is the army doing then? Zimmerman still walking around? But you guys are putting in work? But Zimmerman's still walking around here. All these politicians that slandered shit, silenced and said Dr. Khalid Muhammad put sanction on his ass. Not one of them politicians is touched. The Nation of Islam, the fruit of Islam standing army ain't touched one white boy. Ever since 1930. But has beat plenty of black men. Not one OG F.O.I. came on my post to calm these niggas down and say, wait a minute, you acting uncivilized. What are you doing? Don't sit here and make death threats. Not one F.O.I. came to my defense and I'm supposed to be their brother and everybody's their brother and all this old shit. This is all I need to say. Because it kind of pissed me off. And, hold on, fam. I ain't finished. I can go for hours. Let me plug my goddamn phone up so I can continue. Because my battery getting low. Not one F.O.I. touched a white boy. Ever. Okay? What's that about? You putting in work? Where's the work? You got a standing army, and the army ain't touched nobody. Ain't went to war with nobody. Lip service. Then they want to clown folk who's not down with the N.O.I. and say we ain't doing shit. What the fuck is you doing? What kind of revenge is you exacting on white boys? Since they the devil. You ain't... He's a wretched individual. You guys preach. You ain't even slapped one white boy? Tackled a motherfucker? Tripped the white boy or nothing? But he's a devil. But you've made death threats to all kind of niggas. The top motherfuckers, Dr. Khalid Muhammad, dead. Didn't protect him. Standing army. He put in work. I live in Los Angeles. Dr. Khalid Muhammad jump-started this mosque number 27 in Los Angeles. He got the mosque in Los Angeles jumping. Okay? And who protected him? Who looked out for him? Malcolm X. Who looked out for Malcolm X? Malcolm X more than quadrupled the membership of the N.O.I. Before Malcolm X, that shit was barren low. Falling off. Malcolm X revamped it. Every brother living today was inspired to join the Nation of Islam by Malcolm X's profound words. As I was jump-started by Malcolm X's profound words. He is what they looked up to and was inspired. To be honest, Elijah Muhammad never moved me. Malcolm X and Dr. Khalid Muhammad moved me. I honor those men for their spirit. Okay? And they put in work in the community. Malcolm X was a brilliant man. The only thing the only thing Elijah Muhammad taught him was the theology of the Nation of Islam. Other than that, Malcolm X was self-educated. He earned his own merits. He could dialogue on just about any old subject with politicians and debate in his own right. Because he was self-educated. He sought out information and history on his own. Dr. Khalid Muhammad got his doctorate degree on his own. Didn't nobody help him with his homework? Didn't nobody pass the test for him? He earned his keep on his own. He just had the platform to speak his message through the Nation of Islam. Okay? So I just made this video basically because of these goddamn threats these clowns is talking about and threatening me with. Okay? Because no other movement has done that except the Nation of Islam. I'm Chief X. You motherfuckers can kiss my motherfucking ass. I'm out.